Hello everyone, let's talk about Digimon. We're going to talk about Digimon from beginning to the point of where people are like, me don't know, which usually me don't know goes to season 4 because lots of people are like, Digimon, that's still around? Really? Well, Digimon was, let's go do it. Let's do it. So in 1999, we have Fox Kids and Sabans who actually adopted Digimon and dubbed it. So, as soon as it happened, Digimon just straight up went kaboom! Oh wow, we got the toys, we got the video games, sweepstakes. There was just a lot of stuff for Digimon. Heck, Digimon even got a movie out of it. Of course, that was one thing about the 90s is that lots of stuff got movies. I mean, you had Dragon Ball Z, who had a movie in theaters, which I have no idea which movie it was. Then we had Pokemon, who had lots of movies, and it went all the way to 2000. I can't keep count. All I can tell you is that Pokemon Heroes was the last movie that was in theaters until 2011, where they actually are like exclusive only. But even that, so yeah, Digimon went great for the first season. They got season 2, and between season 1 and season 2, that's when the first movie came out. The good news and bad news about the movie is the good news, there was a movie. The bad news is that the second half of the movie was technically used from second season. Yeah, second season of Digimon that didn't even start yet, or it started a little bit, but we didn't actually get to the point of where Rangermon showed up. And that was like the weirdest part. And then technically what happened in the Digimon movie, the last bit of it, was too Japanesey for its own good. And Japanesey meaning that they just pulled stuff out of nowhere where you're like, where did they come up with this idea? Where you actually had Patamon and Gatomon go into their mega levels, digivolve into their mega levels, without even needing their crests. Yeah, they didn't need them at all. So yeah, they were able to do it, and they did it to summon the golden Digi eggs, which how come in season 2 at the end you guys didn't do that to get freaking damn what was his name? I forgot the name of Vmon's golden Digi evolution, but you could have done that. You could have got in there anyways. They did have Pyodramon, and that was good and all, but just for a backup, it would have been cool to just have the golden Digi egg just in case. But anyways, so for Digimon, he went to season 2. Season 2 did good as well. And yeah, then we get to season 3. In season 3, we still had the toys. We had Digimon World 3, which was on PlayStation. I think it was on regular PlayStation. And it was like friend or foe. Choose wisely and everything. And let's see, anything else? I think that's all. I mean, they already had the Digimon trading card game. They just used it and made it boom in the third season, even though I never heard anything about a Digimon championship where they actually had Digimon cards, kind of like with Pokemon cards. Those championships still exist today. Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it still exists, but sadly, due to Zexal is not anywhere anymore, and I haven't heard anything about the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Season has started. It's like, Sabans, wake up, buddy. Come on, wake up. Like, frick, man, wake the freak up. And it's crazy. It's like, so you're telling me, Sabans, you are not going to show any more Yu-Gi-Oh! Series or anything. I mean, you would figure they would have just said, hey, Nick, we got another hot thing for you to have. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! All right, cool, awesome. You would figure they would do that crap, but they didn't do it. Which I'm like, what the frig? But sorry, it's about Digimon. So season 3 went decently, but they didn't do anything for season 3 that they could have done. They could have raised it to the next level and did exactly what season 3 what happened in the series, which is they would have got a new system where it's like, boom, you can use your Digimon training cards in game and you have scanners and stuff like that. It's like, that would have been cool. That would have been something cool. You could actually use the Digivice or whatever you want to call it, and it could actually have used it and actually made something cool out of it, but instead the technology wasn't there at the time. And with tablets now, it's kind of like you could actually make a modified app where you could actually hook that Digivice to the tablet, and there you go. But sadly, the technology wasn't there, and they most likely won't dwell in the past and come back and say, hey, we can do it. Well, anyways, so after what happened to Fox Kids, and for people who don't know what happened to Fox Kids, there is a childhood ruin for you video that you can watch. It's right over here somewhere. Or some other video I have that actually talks about Fox Kids and what happened to them. But anyways, so what happened to them? Digimon was in limbo. Digimon actually was funded by ABC Family. For me personally, Digimon Season 4 was on Fox, a Fox channel. The thing is that it wasn't on the time slot at all. It was technically on the, I don't know what you want to call it. I would say early morning time slots. The worst part is that they didn't, it's like Digimon Season 4 didn't really get as popular as it could have. And the reason why for me is because guess where it was? It was at 7:30 a.m., the same time I had to leave to go to school. So if they would have done the same thing they did with Sailor Moon years ago, which they had Sailor Moon at 6:30, then that means that guess what? I could have watched it. Lots of people could have watched it, and it could have got more popularity, but instead Disney had to be like hoopla, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Anyway, so one thing that we find out later on, at least I found out later, is that Disney did adapt all the movies that came like in between. So technically, Digimon the movie should have actually had a sequel. And how would they go with the sequel? I guess technically what they could have done with the sequel was put in 2 movies and make it as one. Yeah, they could have done that. But either way, the movie that they decided to ditch, and this is how they actually did this. They took all the movies, they adapted them, they dubbed them, they gave them all season 4 music cues, which was kind of horrible. I mean, watching Revenge of Dioboromon, and that is the sequel we should have got, and till this day, we don't have any release of that movie, which I'm like, really? Digimon the movie deserves to have a sequel, especially if the sequel exists. Everyone needs to know what happened. And let me tell you, the sequel was like, holy freaking damn. The fact that you had Dioboromon round 2 and Dioboromon was able to beat down freaking Omnimon. Omnimon was beaten to freaking damn pieces. And there was no choice but actually getting Pyodramon, and by some new way, you had Omnimon turning into a sword and transferring all his power to Pyodramon to become, I don't know. I think just like many times where you had Digimon talking about the future before anything, like for instance, you had Omnimon, which was technically DNA evolution, and they didn't think of that before. Yeah, that was season 2. And then you had Burst Mode showing up in season 3. Technically, that white Pyodramon that showed up was technically Burst Mode. I would say it was technically Burst Mode. So that's the worst part, is like not really a lot of people actually seen it. And of course, for those who saw it only that one time only on Toon Disney/Disney XDs, lucky you. But luckily for us, it's on YouTube, which that's where I saw it. Still, I would prefer to actually have the actual physical disc of it, instead of being like, oh, there is a sequel, but you can only see it on the internet. So after that, Disney had ownership of Digimon. I didn't think Digimon actually had any action figures for season 4. Sadly enough, I don't think it did. And season 5, I don't think it had any action figures either. So season 5 was Data Squad, and that was a good series. That was a very good series. Very well done. It's just too bad that no one really got to see it because it was on what? Disney XDs. Not only that, but Digidestined 411, he was the guy who actually uploaded all of the episodes on YouTube. But sadly, because, Disney is a bastard, and Instead of allowing that to happen so it can get more popularity, it's more like, I want my money. You watch it on our channel. You buy it from us. Do you watch it? Which I'm like, I'm in a dorm. You think I'm able to actually bargain with them and say, hey, I would like to watch this series. Can you buy this channel for me? They most likely will laugh at me and say, no. So that was the only way I was able to watch it. Thank goodness I was able to watch it from beginning to end, but you guys sure didn't make it easy. So that's why Digimon was dying over there, and they tried their last attempt to make a Digimon series, which is called Digimon something battles? Fusion battles, that was it. And that was so dissed it wasn't even funny. Which technically we know it as Digimon Fusion. Yeah, so Disney made an attempt to making Digimon Fusion. They called it Fusion Battles. It didn't make it at all. It was so funny. So Saban's was able to buy it back, and they were promising on Vortex, which is now a dead slot. Yeah, that was sad. So they bought it, and when they bought it, they were actually like, yes, we're going to make Pokemon good again, just like Power Rangers. And they had released lots of toys. Sadly, Season 2, since Vortex crumbled, Season 2 was made, kind of, but there was no toys to show anything for it. And I think, was there actually a game for it? I don't think there was games. For Digimon, there were some games that were released, but technically, lots of people didn't know they were released. Yeah, I mean, Digimon World 4, I didn't know it existed. Now I want it. It's on GameCube. That was crazy as frick. Then you had like many other ones that I'm like, wow, really? So Digimon really suffered because of Disney. Which personally, I'm like, okay, Disney, let me get it straight. You guys, they were kind of had Digimon, ABC Family or ABC Kids. I'm kind of tired, but anyways, let's see. They canceled that like in 2008 or something. But if they would have, no, it wasn't 2008, was it? Let's see. No, it got destroyed in 2010, 2011. Meaning that technically for Digimon Data Squad, if they were smart, they would have actually lopped that with Power Rangers and it would get publicity. It's very simple, Disney. How to make everything popular is that you need to take your freaking shows and put it somewhere that they can actually see them. And if they want to see new episodes, they'll have to buy Disney XDs. And if they don't, well, the good news is that they'll have to wait for the new episodes, but at least they get to have exposure of it. And that's what you need, Disney, you dumb bastards. But anyways, they didn't do that, and Saban's was able to buy them back. They tried their hardest to do Digimon Fusion. Season 1 went good. Season 2 went bad because they did the same thing that Disney XDs did. They put it on Nicktoons, which is an exclusive place. Which, well, beforehand, they tried to do Digimon Fusion on Nickelodeon, which it wasn't doing well. Then they did it on Vortex, which I think was doing a fabulous job. So if they would have done that from the get-go, had Vortex and Nickelodeon have Digimon Fusion at the same time, they could have added publicity, but they didn't. So Digimon Fusion, I don't know. Digimon Fusion Season 2, I don't know. I don't even think they made it to the end. And because I don't know what happened with the episode that would actually make or break the fact of, can they call the old people back? Can they call the person who voiced Tai back? The person who played Agumon, the person who played Davis, Vmon, Ken, Wormmon, Takuya, which, yeah, they won't be able to get Takuya, but hey, try. For the love of God, try. Takato, Guilmon, Marcus, but that would be kind of shaking it, and then Agumon from that one. It's like, if you're able to get those guys, then that means Digimon Try would be an easy attempt to actually do something. Which, that's what you're doing. You're getting in the way of yourself. All you gotta do is finish Digimon Fusion, then you can do Digimon Try, and oh my gosh, so many people in America would love Digimon Tri because they loved the original 2 series. They stopped watching after Digimon Season 3 because, well, they didn't see the connection. Now, if you did that, oh my gosh, it's like, please do it. Digimon Tri is screaming for you to do it. I mean, if you're Saban's, if you're really Saban's Entertainment, well, no, you're brands, but if you want to at least show that you still have a little teeny tiny bit of Saban's Entertainment in you, you would do it. Anyways, there you go. That is a rundown of Digimon. Digimon was big. It was very big in the 90s, and then after, I would say season 4. Season 4 down, that's when Digimon got screwed over. And now, after that, it's like Digimon has been ball hogged to the max. It's like, yeah, stop ball hogging. Show everyone Digimon Fusion. Don't cry if it gets leaked out. It only means that you actually will get more publicity. And that's when you need to make more toys, idiots. I mean, you stopped at season 1. You stopped at the season 1 of freaking Digimon Fusion. You need to continue making toys because that's the real thing that'll save your butt. Is to make toys. Anyways, thank you for watching, and tell me what you guys remember about Digimon, digital monsters.
Look to the past as we head for the future to reclaim the digital world. With faith in ourselves and trust in each other, we live